Some killers vanish into the night, their crimes unsolved, their names never known, but their shadows still walk among us. What if I told you that some of America's most horrifying serial murders remain unsolved to this very day? And the truth might be darker than you can imagine. Serial killers are often remembered by their names: Bundy, Dahmer, Gacy. But for everyone caught, another seemed to slip through the cracks of history. Their crimes were brutal, their methods chilling, but the killers themselves, ghosts, no arrests, no justice, just fear. From the smoky streets of 1930s Cleveland to the vast highways of Virginia, from lovers slaughtered on remote parkways to bones buried in desert sands, America has been stalked by faceless predators, and to this day, nobody knows who they were. Tonight, we're walking into the darkness, into 6 of the most disturbing, unsolved serial murder cases in U.S. history. In the late 1960s, California lived in fear of a phantom. He called himself Zodiac, a killer who struck without mercy, then mocked police and the press with cryptic letters and strange symbols. On December 20th, 1968, 2 teenagers were gunned down on a quiet lover's lane. Just months later, another young couple was brutally attacked. This time, one survivor lived to describe a hooded man with a chilling symbol, a circle with a cross through it. And then came the letters, sent to newspapers, written in a taunting, sarcastic tone, some containing codes that baffled experts for decades. In one, Zodiac bragged, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." He claimed to have killed 37 people. Officially, only 5 were confirmed. Despite nationwide panic, composite sketches, and endless suspects, Zodiac slipped away. His last confirmed letter arrived in 1974, and then silence. Was he dead, or did he simply stop? Rewind to the 1930s, Cleveland, Ohio. The Great Depression was already suffocating the city, but something even more sinister haunted its streets. Over the course of 4 years, 13 bodies were found, or rather, parts of them. A headless corpse washed up by the river, limbs buried in shallow graves. Victims were poor, vulnerable, often from the shantytowns known as Hoovervilles. The killer earned a terrifying name: the Mad Butcher of Kingsbury Run. His method? Dismemberment with surgical precision. Some victims were decapitated while still alive. Police poured resources into the investigation. Even the legendary lawman Eliot Ness got involved. Yet despite raids, interrogations, and suspects, the butcher was never caught. The murders stopped in 1938. Some say the killer was quietly committed to an asylum. Others believe he simply moved on to another city, another set of nameless victims. Virginia, the late 1980s. Couples seeking romance along the quiet Colonial Parkway never came back. 4 double homicides, 8 victims in total. Young lovers, strangled, stabbed, sometimes shot, their cars abandoned along the scenic route. The FBI became involved, fearing a serial predator was hunting the roads, but no pattern, no fingerprints, no suspect. What made the case chilling was its precision. The killer seemed to know law enforcement techniques, leading some to believe he may have been a police officer or military trained. To this day, the Colonial Parkway is more than just a road. It's a graveyard of unanswered questions. The killer remains a phantom, his motive unknown. February 2009, Albuquerque, New Mexico. A woman walking her dog stumbled upon something strange in the desert sands. At first, she thought it was bone fragments from an animal. It wasn't. It was human. police uncovered a mass grave. 11 women, all young, all marginalized, many sex workers. The press named the faceless predator the West Mesa Bone Collector. Clues were scarce. No DNA trail, no confessions, no suspects ever charged. Some whispered it was a lone killer. Others believed it was tied to trafficking rings, a group silencing women who wouldn't be missed. To this day, the sands of West Mesa keep their silence. 11 families keep waiting. In the wilderness of British Columbia, along Highway 16, hundreds of women have vanished or been found murdered since the 1970s. Most were indigenous. The media named it the Highway of Tears. Families begged for justice. For decades, law enforcement was accused of neglect, indifference, even cover-ups. Truck drivers, hitchhikers, opportunistic predators. Theories piled up, but concrete answers never came. The highway still exists today. So does the fear. Each time a young woman goes missing along that stretch, locals wonder, is the killer or killers still out there? So what do all these stories have in common? Phantoms who kill, then vanish. Killers who seem almost untouchable. Some theories suggest the police knew more than they admitted, that suspects were quietly let go, or that powerful connections shielded the truth. Others whisper that these predators were drifters, moving from state to state, leaving trails of bodies that never got linked. And then, there's the darker thought, that some killers may still be alive, watching, waiting. These are America's darkest shadows, killers who struck and then disappeared, leaving only questions behind. Which one chills you the most? And do you believe the truth will ever come out? Or are some secrets meant to die with the dead?